That's Gertrude, the senile maid of my beloved Mirabella. Hello, Gertrude. Is Mirabella here?
Hello?
Miss Mirabella, your mistress. Is she here?
I'm not Mirabella. I'm Gertrude.
I know that.
There's a strange girl in the garden, you know.
So she's in the garden. Excellent. Thank you, Gertrude. Mirabella, my darling.
It's about time! I sent that letter a week ago!
But I've only just returned from America, my sweet. I came as soon as I could.
Piers, if you really loved me, you would have got here sooner. I've had a simply awful time with the wedding invitations. I had to write them all out myself. It's a good job the diamond on the engagement ring you gave me was so small. Otherwise, the added weight on my hand would have made the task even more unbearable.
Exactly how many people have you invited, my little poppet?
Including your family and friends?
About 30 of them, yes.
Well, so far there's 30 plus 3, that's 33, 38, 41, 47, 1,018.
1,000 and... We don't even know that many people.
But they're people we should know, Piers. It's typical of you to try to stifle my chances of becoming someone important. I go to the trouble of inviting dukes and earls and people who mean something in society, and you want to spoil it for me as usual. Sometimes I wonder why I'm marrying you at all.
That is my beloved fiancée. She's as affectionate as a great white shark, and she shops like there's no tomorrow. Is there anything I can get to make you happy, dearest?
A knighthood would be good for a start. But for now, a strong cup of tea would be nice.
I will be talked at by you later, my sweet. I think 73 might appreciate this. Hello, Gertrude.
Why, if it isn't Prince Albert.
Can you make Mirabella a cup of tea?
Who's Mirabella?
She's your mistress. Oh, never mind. Just make a cup of tea, will you?
Yes, Mum.
Where to, Governor?
The docks. Smell that sea air, Mossop. Isn't it bracing?
Actually, sir, I think the odour might be dead fish.
It's still better than your cooking. Stop worrying. You can't get seasick from just looking at boats.
If you say so, sir.
Have you ever heard of a chap called Nematode?
Captain Nematode? Nothing but a legend to scare children on dark, stormy nights.
Tell me more about the legend of Captain Nematode.
Some say he's a man wronged by society. Others say he's Lucifer himself, come to steal the souls of sailors. There's even some say he's a 30-foot green pixie, but no one listens to them. I've heard he travels the 7 seas in a huge mechanical fish, capable of staying underwater for weeks on end.
A mechanical fish?
I'm only telling you what I heard.
Do you know where Captain Nematode can be found?
If he really does exist, then he can only be found under the sea. For legend says he refuses to set foot on dry land.
Because of his contempt for all land-based life forms?
No, because he gets sunburned easily.
What else do you know about Captain Nematode?
Only that he's a deeply troubled and tormented man, driven by some strange inner force to find the lost city of Atlantis.
What do you know about Nematode's mechanical fish?
I've never seen it, but I've heard of ships that have been sunk under mysterious circumstances, and the survivors telling of a huge metal fish that moved like lightning, ramming their craft and breaching the hulls. But it could be just a convenient excuse for when the crew have got drunk and hit an iceberg.
Come now, ships don't hit icebergs in this day and age. Modern technology prevents it from happening.
I wouldn't be so sure. One thing I do know. With the size of passenger ships nowadays, an iceberg strike would cause a disaster of titanic proportions.
What is the lost city of Atlantis?
I think it's from Greek mythology. A city that was swallowed up by the sea, or something like that.
Good heavens, what happened to the inhabitants? Did they all drown?
No one knows. But there are rumors that some of the women survived by growing fishtails and becoming mermaids. But that may just be wishful thinking by lonely sailors on long voyages.
Do you know where Atlantis is?
I remember this old sailor down in Zanzibar. Stumpy McPherson was his name. Worst shark wrestler I've ever seen. He was selling these crudely drawn maps showing the location of Atlantis. But I couldn't make the details out any too good, 'cause he drew 'em with a pencil in his teeth. Him not having hands the like. We thought he was a confidence trickster.
Did you see Stumpy's map yourself?
I caught a glimpse of one, once. Wasn't really a map at all. Looked like a picture of a big cat. A panther. And there was this arrow sort of pointing to its eye.
A panther's eye. Have you any idea what it could mean?
It means Stumpy McPherson was as good a cartographer as he was a shark wrestler. But somehow, Crappy Mappy McPherson didn't have the same ring to it.
Can I find this Stumpy McPherson? Is he still alive?
Sadly, no. No one bought his maps, and he went back to shark wrestling. He was last seen frantically headbutting a great white.
Why was Stumpy trying to sell the maps?
He was trying to raise money to sue the businessmen who ran the shark wrestling show. I told him, Stumpy, you don't have a leg to stand on. But he didn't listen none.
Why did Stumpy become a shark wrestler in the first place?
All his other shows failed. The marlin fencing, the eel tying, the pro-celebrity halibut juggling. They're a tough crowd to please in Zanzibar.
Did Stumpy have a death wish?
I think he did. Some say he was pining for a girl he left at home, and that he'd go to sleep at night clutching a picture of her to his chest, and mumbling, "Look at the legs on that."
This was still when he had his arms.
This was still when he had his chest, laddie.
I may consult you later, old chap. I need to find people of dubious reputation.
Why on earth do you want to do that, sir? A fine, upstanding gentleman like yourself shouldn't be involved with people of that kind.
If I'm to obtain the necessary funds to charter a steamship, I must resort to nefarious methods. And since I'm a decent, God-fearing Englishman, I have no natural penchant for criminal activities. Therefore, I shall consult the experts.
There's plenty of those in London, sir.
You're born of common stock, Mossop. You must know a den of iniquity somewhere.
I think the place you're looking for is the Crab and Sailor.
What kind of establishment is that?
It's a public house, sir, with a bar that serves real ale. It's only the water that's recycled.
Sounds perfect. Where is it?
Whitechapel, sir. One of the most dangerous, flea-ridden mudholes in the British Empire. It's renowned for being voted place least likely to host the Great Exhibition of 1851.
We'll have to visit there on our travels. It could come in very useful. Whatever you do, Mossop, don't be sick again.
I'll try to hold it in, sir.
What do you know about ships, Mossop?
Only that they rock back and forth and up and down and round and round.
Yes, all right. You're starting to make me feel sick now. I have nothing more to say to you.
Righty-ho, sir.
Where to, Governor?
The Crab and Sailor public house in Whitechapel. Oh, what's that dreadful smell, Mossop?
Me, I expect, sir.
No, I mean that other dreadful smell.
Oh, all of Whitechapel smells like that. Are you sure you want to come here, sir? I mean, it's not exactly the sort of place a fine gentleman like yourself would normally frequent.
It's perfectly all right, Mossop. Besides, it's good to see how the other half lives sometimes, even if it is the lower half. What a repellent little man. I'll wager that he isn't popular with the ladies. Who are you?
I am Jonathan T. Ripper. At your service, sir.
What are you doing here?
I am just strolling along, taking in the sights of London, watching the various deadly sins be performed with alarming regularity.
What's your job?
I am doctor to the royal household by day, and Freemason by night.
What a rich and varied life you must lead. Is there anywhere at all decent here in Whitechapel?
No, they're all cesspits of sin, depravity, and debauchery. Everywhere you look.
Don't you like debauchery, then?
Certainly not. The peddlers of sin should be hung, drawn, and quartered.
Quite right, too. It's high time someone took a stand.
Do you think I should do something about it, then?
Of course! Strike a blow for the normal, decent people of the world. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Good day to you. He obviously works in engineering, judging by the oily nature of his clothing. Hello there. I take it you work in either engineering or sewage, judging by the state of you.
Aye, that I do. I'm an engineer, truth be told. Say, Governor, do me a favour and give me something to wipe my hands on. All this grease is getting on my blinking dinner.
Here you are. Wipe your greasy hands on this.
Thank ye kindly, Squire.
I'm not really sure I want this back, but it is mine. I can hear some hushed chatter in there. I can hear some hushed chatter in there. What is your particular line of work?
I'm a forger, mate. I take documents and change them to read how the client wants them to read.
I do not wish to continue this conversation. I haven't seen such an unsavoury cove since I last visited the House of Commons. She looks like mutton dressed as, well, mutton, actually. Please, let me in. I'm on an important mission.
Yes, I'm fully aware of what important mission you're on, my love. It's so important that once you've accomplished it, you'll roll over and go to sleep, I'll wager.
No, no. It's nothing like that.
Don't play the innocent with me, Sonny Jim. I eat men like you for breakfast. Well, when I was younger, that is. Show me your membership card or clear off out of it.
Where to, Governor?
The Royal Scientific Institute, Kensington.
What are we doing here, sir?
We may be able to sell some of my possessions to the Institute to raise funds for the mission.
Where are we going to find the other £7,999 from, then?
I'll have you know that some of my possessions are very valuable indeed. That Ming vase of mine, for example. You know, the one you dropped when you were dusting it. Well, I'm sure I've got some other items that are worth selling.